Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
More than anything, Unisa must be celebrated as a pioneer of the distance education model, an enduring gift not only to South Africa, the continent, but to the human civilization in the knowledge arena the world over.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream, a passport to the future, and the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning, with a footprint of students in more than 100 countries worldwide. Since the founding of the university in 1873 as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride, and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities for former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in almost 1 million alumni, with 10 alumni chapters internationally, making their mark in diverse fields and capabilities. Some of the noteworthy alumni include President Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, who is also the Chancellor and custodian of the university's Calabash Awards, current President Cyril Ramaphosa, former South African Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus, and current one, Lesetja Kganyago. Internationally, Reserve Bank governors of Eswatini and Namibia, to name but a few. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makelneuk campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. The Florida campus in Johannesburg is Unisa's science campus, housing state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment. Unisa has 6 regional hubs including Ethiopia and multiple centers across the country. We have embraced the fact that we need to adapt quickly to the fast-paced higher education environment of the 21st century, and this is reflected in our management style and leadership practice. In articulating her vision, the new principal and vice-chancellor of the University of South Africa, the first black woman to be appointed at the helm of Unisa, Professor Buleng Linkabola, shared that Unisa is well-placed to address society's most demanding challenges by using research to meaningfully transform the lives of those in our communities. To this end, Unisa is working on the following catalytic niche areas. Marine studies. As a discipline, marine studies covers field-specific studies like marine ecology and biology to policy-related studies like marine spatial planning and coastal economies. Many other areas of marine research and studies are covered in this niche area. Aviation and aeronautical studies. Aviation and aeronautical studies covers specializations in areas as diverse as aeronautical engineering and aerospace safety, and South Africa's 18 airports forms a major role player for passengers and goods transitioning to and from our country. This is a niche that supports a major component of the country's economy. Automotive studies. The South African automotive industry is projected to grow from 600,000 to 1.4 million vehicles a year in production. There is major potential to be explored in Unisa's commitment to automotive studies. In 2022, students from the Department of Mechanical Engineering participated in the Sasol Solar Challenge with their solar-powered car that travels from Johannesburg to Cape Town without using a single drop of fuel. Energy Studies. Unisa's Institute for Development of Energy for African Sustainability specializes in designing chemical processes, reducing material and energy consumption, as well as carbon dioxide emissions. Space Studies and Square Kilometer Array. Unisa has been extensively involved in the $1 billion Square Kilometer Array project since 2012. The Unisa Observatory, situated on the main campus, is a modern, well-equipped facility housing a 14-inch telescope where the College of Science, Engineering and Technology offers undergraduate courses in astrophysics and astronomy with specialization up to PhD level. Fourth Industrial Revolution and Digitalization. The fourth industrial revolution can be described as the advent of cyber-physical systems, involving entirely new capabilities for people and machines. Examples include genome editing and new forms of machine intelligence. The College of Graduate Studies will support and promote studies into 4IR and digitalization, while the Graduate School of Business Leadership presents a short learning program on big data. Natural Sciences. The simplest definition of biotechnological studies is applied biology. Through the application of biological knowledge and techniques to develop products or services, Unisa's College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences is one of the main partners in the African Biogenome Project, a coordinated Pan-African effort piloting a project with a key objective of sequencing 100,000 endemic species. Health and/or Pharmaceutical Studies. The Department of Health Studies is prepared for the challenge of equipping their students with research skills and expertise in the field of health and pharmaceutical studies. The UNESCO Unisa Africa Chair in Nanoscience and Nanotechnology is leading the international research into the nano-delivery of medicinal drugs, including African herbal medicine. The College of Law offers an elective undergraduate model on medical law. Feminist, Womanist, Busadi Theorizations. In the College of Human Sciences, the Institute for Gender Studies, the College of Education and the Graduate School of Business all contribute to the interdisciplinary research into eliminating gender-based violence, homophobia and transphobia, and discrimination against women in the workplace and the political arena. The Institute also uses education about gender as an effective way to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of women. Student support and co-curricular activities. Unisa is uniquely placed to offer creative and radically innovative ways of enhancing student support. Unisa's College of Graduate Studies has developed a whole range of training programs to assist and encourage students. The Advocacy and Resource Center for Students with Disabilities promotes the principle of access for success, and the Student Development Division provides students with social support and leadership development services. These niche areas find expression in the rich tapestry of our disciplines included in the College of Accounting Sciences, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Economic and Management Sciences, Education, Graduate Studies, Human Sciences, Law, Science, Engineering and Technology, the Graduate School of Business Leadership, and the Thabo Mbeki School of Public and International Affairs. As a comprehensive open-distance e-learning institution, Unisa is recognized as a serious player in research globally. From publication and journal output to the number of master's and doctoral graduates, we are moving forwards and upwards. Unisa has made substantial progress in research and innovation, as evidenced by several external and credible scientific ranking systems, with the latest ones, the 2023 Webometrics and Shanghai rankings, placing us in the top 10 universities in the country. As Africa's leading open-distance e-learning university, we can reflect with great pride on the past 150 years of transformational education, and we are confident in our ability to succeed and become a truly high-performance university as we define tomorrow.
Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
More than anything, Unisa must be celebrated as a pioneer of the distance education model, an enduring gift not only to South Africa, the continent, but to the human civilization in the knowledge arena the world over.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream, a passport to the future, and the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning, with a footprint of students in more than 100 countries worldwide. Since the founding of the university in 1873 as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride, and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities for former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in almost 1 million alumni, with 10 alumni chapters internationally, making their mark in diverse fields and capabilities. Some of the noteworthy alumni include President Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, who is also the Chancellor and custodian of the university's Calabash Awards, current President Cyril Ramaphosa, former South African Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus, and current one, Liseja Kganyago. Internationally, Reserve Bank governors of Eswatini and Namibia, to name but a few. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makelneuk campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. The Florida campus in Johannesburg is Unisa's science campus, housing state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment. Unisa has 6 regional hubs including Ethiopia and multiple centers across the country. We have embraced the fact that we need to adapt quickly to the
The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice-chancellor or acting Vice-chancellor, and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience, and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the chancellor, vice-chancellor or acting vice-chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience And remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph
by virtues of the powers vested in me as the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of South Africa, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayers, affirmations, and prayers to give thanks to the achievements that are being celebrated this evening. Can I request a moment of silence? Thank you. May I request the procession and the audience to be seated? Good evening. We're not going to start. Good evening. Thank you very much. I now know that I'm in a graduation ceremony where all of us are looking forward to this beautiful event. Let me recognize His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, the Chancellor of the University of South Africa, and the former President of the Republic of South Africa. Let me acknowledge our esteemed guest, Mr. T. Ikalafeng, the recipient of Doctor of Philosophy in Management Studies, Marketing, Honoris Causa. I think we deserve a round of applause. Members of management, especially MENCOM, who are here present, and extended management represented by the deans of the different colleges, the executive directors, and other leaders. Let me recognize our council chaired by Dr. Diao Musia, and members of council here present, the Student Representative Council, and the students of the university, the primary stakeholder of the university. Members of the academic procession, the academy, professional and administrative staff of the university. And of course, the special guests of our guest of honor and friends of Mr. T. Ikalafeng in attendance. Representatives from the national, provincial, and local governments and members of civil society here present this evening. Members of the diverse epistemic communities of the University of South Africa, all graduates, you look wonderful, all graduates who are receiving their qualifications here tonight. I think you deserve a round of applause for yourself. Alumni and friends of the University of South Africa in attendance or participating virtually, members of various media fraternal representatives of different communities, civil societies, distinguished members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The greetings have really had to come, and I thought we are in Africa where greetings are quite meaningful, and our philosophies of Ubuntu, Butu, remind us that for us to be inextricably bound to each other, to recognize each other's humanity, it is through greetings. That's why we have these deeper questions when we're greeting one another. So I'm going to try once again. Sanbonang, Dumelang, Molweni, Assalamu alaikum, Jambo, Tabela, Lochani, Riperile, Huenand. Good evening. Madegwan. Evening. Khotsong. It is my greatest and singular honor, if not privilege, to welcome you to the third session of the 2024 autumn graduation ceremonies of the University of South Africa. For us as a university, we place high premium on academic success and excellence, the virtues that define us as a truly Pan-African university that shapes futures in the service of humanity. Every effort that we make as the University of South Africa to ensure that we achieve success and excellence is important because we are the university that is the oldest in the country and the oldest to teaching via distance education. Jealous. Let me repeat it. In this country, the first university is the University of South Africa. Not only are we the first country in the country, we are the progenitor, the founder of many universities in this country. If you think about University of Cape Town, University of the Free State, Fort Hare University, Rhodes University, and others, we are the mother or the grandmother of these universities. But what is even more important for us as Africans and South Africans is truly to appreciate the inventions that we would have made which contribute to the plight of humanity all over the world. Unisa is the first university in the world to teach via distance education. And equally important, in this period, when we celebrate 30 years of our democracy, it's very important for us to understand that Unisa is home to 34 to 37% of the students in universities in this country. It constitutes at least 400,000 students. And in this period, colleagues, you will be proud that in the autumn graduations, Unisa will be giving certificates to hard-working students, 40,000 of them who will have completed their studies. What this means, colleagues, is that the graduates of Unisa, just in this period, are equivalent to the numbers of most students in many universities. And therefore, we are proud that we are the partner to our country, its National Development Plan, which sets out the aspirations of the economic and social developments that are required for our country. And through the graduation and teaching of multiplicities of disciplines and many of the students who will be graduating, we are ensuring that these aspirations, these dreams that education is the fountain and the anchor for the changes of society, whether political, economic, social, ecological, and the place of South Africa and the continent in the world. We as Unisa are proudly global, Pan-African, committed to the sciences and civilizations of this continent. If you did not know about Unisa or read about it in the media and did not even check the formal reports, whether of the Council on Higher Education or any other statutory environments, let me just give you a little bit about Unisa. Earlier on, and you teachers, you should know that we have an assignment. So this university produces over 51% of the teachers in public and private schools in our country. But I'm going to request that the teachers that will be graduating today, in the best excellence that is shown, that they should be staying until the graduations finish, because sometimes they want to leave before we finish. The College of Accounting Sciences in our university colleagues produces 30% of the chartered accountants in this country. majority of whom come from economic margins or would not have accessed accounting studies as the first area of their specialization, and we are proud of the transformation impact that we make through the accounting sciences. In terms of the college, I think they deserve a round of applause too. 30% is quite huge, colleagues, and majority of them are placed in public and private sector institutions. It's very important for me to alert you to the fact that the College of Economic Management Sciences, the School of Business, the TM School of International and Public Affairs, all together train leading scholars and experts in economics, in finance, in associated disciplines. The case in point, or the evidence in point, is if you have a 10 Rand note, 100 Rand note, or 200 Rand note, you'll realize that the two individuals in the democratic dispensation who signed your rands, who are governors of the Reserve Bank in this country, whether you think about the first woman governor, Jill Marcus, or you think about Lisija Kanyako, who has signed your money, these are graduates of Unisa, bearing testament to the quality of graduates that we produce. But what is even heartwarming, colleagues, are the great strides that our university is making in terms of the research that is known, because the College of Agriculture and Environmental Science has been requested by the continent to map the genetics of the various flowers, trees, resources, and many, to ensure that the biotic and genetic systems of our country and continent are saved, are conserved, and we know them, and that other people from other regions do not optimize them before we benefit from them. And we are proud because it is also a college that has produced many scholars who publish in high-impact journals, making strides in the research arena. I think they too deserve a round of applause. Finally, the College of Engineering has been placed #1 alongside Northwest University, University of Stellenbosch, in engineering and associated disciplines. I think they deserve a round of applause. So, ladies and gentlemen, all these strides point to the fact that the university really places high premium on excellence, that we want to improve the plight of our students. We want them to be competitive citizens who change the course of life, who change their societies, their countries, and the global arena. This is quite important because universities are institutions that necessarily exist for society. The question is, why university? Why should we invest in them? Why does it matter? And what can we do about universities in our countries? As you may know, the case of African universities, the starting point of our knowledge, our being, as I was asking you when we were greeting one another, to say Africa's assets, Africa's knowledge systems, Africa's civilizations, the languages of Africa must be in the forefront of changing knowledge systems, civilizations, and informing how we structure our societies as we do compete in the global arena. At Unisa, we are not apologetic for the primacy and centering Africa's knowledge systems. We are proud of indigenous knowledge systems that have gone on to ensure that the plight of our humanity is protected. If you know, you know. During COVID-19, Africans and people living in Africa were projected by many writers, even the media in the global arena, that majority of us were going to die more than any geographic horizon. You know that. All the TVs or the books you read where that Africans are vulnerable, they are going to die faster than anybody. But it was in the heart of Europe and Euro-American environments that majority of people were affected. Why have we asked the questions as communities, individuals, and as universities? We are aware that majority of us depended on the wisdoms of our indigenous and endogenous knowledge systems. We are aware we also survived because we shared and we did not hoard the medications and systems that are helpful for health and well-being. And we did so because of the value of Ubuntu, of Ubuntu, but also of understanding that knowledge is not just to be hoarded through intellectual property rights systems that privatize knowledge, but knowledge, it is to be used for the betterment of society. And our university was in the forefront of sharing, including the technological systems that you, our students, sometimes think we are troubling you when we ask you to use the Invigilator app. You may not know that many universities in the world appreciate the fact that the quality of your credentials can be asserted, precisely because of these invigilation systems, even as you write through digital systems. So as you graduate tonight, we're very proud that even if you did not like us and you uploaded and we disciplined you, or you had 7 years of dealing with your graduations, you should know that we're proud as you walk this hall in Winnie Mandela building in the ZKM Matthews Hall, that your credentials are quality, that we have done everything. Thank you. That we have done everything in our power, in our decisions to ensure that they cannot be contested. The words of Her Excellency Ms. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former president of Liberia, the very first woman president on the continent of Africa who visited this university last year, come to mind. She says, education is the cornerstone of sustainable development. It empowers individuals to make informed decisions. It contributes positively to their communities. It transforms countries at war with themselves or with others, societies and logics that undermine the integrity of humanity. And therefore, colleagues, I want you to know, as this university, we're committed to knowledge that changes you into better citizens, precisely because you're joining a galaxy of strong graduates of this university who have gone on not only to shape our country, but the global arena. And we expect you as Unisa graduates to ensure that you do your best. And what is even more exciting this evening is that we're going to share and bear witness and testament to how university also identify those amongst us who are committed to projecting the best of their knowledges for the advancement of society. Mr. Tebe Ikalafeng is one such creative that has contributed immensely, including in our own logos here at Unisa. I think he deserves a round of applause. So if you have this book and you see the cover page, and you see this cover page, you should know that I was going to say you should blame it on Ntate Ikalafeng, but I'm saying you should know that it has meaning, and at some point in his life, 25 years ago, he would have contributed to us as the university, rethinking ourselves as an African university, not only located in Africa, but doing stellar work in the global arena. Welcome to Unisa. the home of leaders, the University of the land, the university committed in shaping futures, making education a resource for transforming society. Thank you. At this point, let me request the acting dean, executive dean of the College of Economic and Management Sciences to ready herself. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to inform you that we will now proceed to confer the honorary degree honoris causa. I now request Dr. M.T. Masichaba to introduce the candidate to us.
Madam Vice-chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Thebe Itzile Khosi Ikalafeng for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa, and I request Ntate Ikalafeng to rise. Thebe Itzile Khosi Ikalafeng, born in Kimberley, South Africa, is the founder of Africa Brand Leadership Academy, ABLA, which aims to develop capacity and talent for Africa-focused brand leadership. Thebe Ikalafeng stands as a beacon of visionary leadership in the realm of branding and marketing. He has dedicated himself to nurturing Africa-focused brand leadership, aiming to amplify the continent's presence on the global stage. Ikalafeng is a chartered marketer, CMSA. He holds a Bachelor of Science, which he obtained in 1992, and a Master of Business Administration, which he obtained in 1993 degrees, specializing in marketing from McCare University in the United States of America, and a Master of Laws obtained in 2021 in intellectual property from the University of Turin in Italy in collaboration with the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, in Geneva, Switzerland. His commitment to continuous learning is evident in his completion of executive education programs at the Wits and Harvard Business Schools. In addition to other duties and roles, Ikalafeng is a fellow of the Institute of Directors, a non-executive director of Population Services International, and a trustee of the Worldwide Fund Nedbank Green Trust and the Worldwide Fund for Nature South Africa. He has held extensive and diverse public and private sector directorships, including a 15-year tenure at Mercantile Bank, 10 years at WWF South Africa, 10 years at South African Tourism SAT, 1 term as Deputy Chairman of the SAT Board, and 7 years at the NASDAQ-listed Cartrack Group. He served on the boards of Brand South Africa, Food Corp Group, and Nike South Africa, and was a member of the Durban University of Technology Council, among others. Globally recognized as the preeminent African authority on branding, Ikalafeng has garnered recognition for his advocacy of a brand-led African renaissance. His influence has been recognized by prestigious publications and organizations such as the New African Magazine, Most Influential People of African Descent, and Reputation Poll International. His unwavering commitment to shaping a positive narrative for Africa has led an indelible imprint on the continent's branding landscape. In honor of his important, long-lasting, and unique contributions to branding in Africa, the Unisa Council unanimously decided at its meeting on the 15th of September 2023 to award Ikalafeng the distinguished honor of the PhD honoris causa Management Sciences. This prestigious accolade not only celebrates his achievements, but also aligns with the mission, vision, and the values of Unisa. Thebe Itsile Kgosi Ikalafeng's lifelong commitment to learning, his impactful contributions, and his singular accomplishments make him eminently worthy of this honor. Madam Vice-Chancellor, I now have the honor to request you to confer on Thebe Itsile Kgosi Ikalafeng the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa on Thebe Itsile Kgosi Ikalafeng. It's always a proud moment when our society and the university recognize its prophets, its leaders, its inventors, and its people who changed the world. At this point, let me take the opportunity to ask, when he came, we said, Mr. Ikalafeng, Thebe Ikalafeng. And now it's my honor to request Dr. Thebe Ikalafeng to deliver his acceptance message. Thank you.
Look at them, living in droves, despite knowing they will be welcomed with restraint in those strange places because they do not belong, knowing they will have to sit with one buttock because they must not sit comfortable lest they be asked to rise and leave, knowing they will ask to speak in tempered whispers because they must not let their voices drown those of the owners of the land. Knowing they will have to walk on their toes because they must not leave footprints on the new earth, lest they be mistaken for those who want to claim the land as theirs. Look at them, living in droves, arm in arm, with loss and lost. Just look at them, living in droves. Those are the words of Noviolet Bulawayo, speaking in we need new names. Noviolet was speaking about how many of us are trying to leave the earth, our country of our births, to seek what we think are greener pastures elsewhere. There are no such greener pastures, because as Lord Macaulay, in an address to the British Parliament on the 2nd of February 1835, addressed the Parliament, I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief, such high and moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think would be able to conquer that continent unless we break their backbone, which is their spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose we replace their old and ancient education. We take away their culture, their language. Because if Africans think that all that is foreign, all that is English is good and greater than their own, then they'll be easy to lose their self-esteem, their nature, their culture, and they will become what we want them to be, truly dominated people. These are the people speaking about us, the people when they look at us, as Donald Trump would have said in 2020, the people who live in a shithole. As the economists addressed us, the people who live in a hopeless continent. As King Leopold, who sat with his friend in 1886 to cover up the continent, said, teach the niggers to forget their heroes and to adore ours. And they have the nerve to call us corrupt, the nerve to call us poor, the nerve to call us diseased. Of course, as Miriam Makeba once said, the conqueror writes the history. They came, they conquered, and they wrote. You cannot expect the people who came to dominate you to tell a good story about you. But you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trot me down in the very dirt, but still, like dust, we rise. As Maya Angelou put it, we are the indomitable lions that led by Emperor Menelik in 1896 and stopped the Italians from taking over our Ethiopia. We are the 20,000 strong Zulu men, Amabutho Amazulu, who defeated the British with our bare hands in 1879. We are the descendants of Ndonya and Makamba, of the kingdom of Queen Nzinga, who outbattled the Portuguese in the 17th century. We are Africa. Everything we need is right here in our continent. Our job is to reclaim our culture. Our job is to reclaim our identity. Our job is to reclaim our economies. Our job is to reclaim all our ideas, to reclaim our dignity. We need to reclaim our story, our narrative. As Chinua Achebe once said, until the lion learns how to tell its story, tales of the hunter will be glorified. Our chancellor of this university, this great university, once said in 1998 at the United Nations University that out of Africa Reborn must come products of economic activity, significant contributions to the world of knowledge in the arts, science, technology, new ideas of an Africa that is at peace and prosperous. Everyone has an agenda for us. What we need right now is an agenda for Africa. We must stand tall and fight for what is ours. We must proclaim that this is our moment, this is our time, this is our Africa. Vice-chancellor Nkabula, the Council of the University of South Africa, I am humbled that 30 years after the elections that ushered in a democratic South Africa, 20 years after I played a leading role led the rebranding of this university and centered it in an African ideology, a university that is shaping futures in the service of humanity. 40 years after I left my Kimberley to seek a place for myself in the world, my journey has led me here to this great university. Ke mina tshipi noko enchonyana ke namane ya tholo ena ka di mabeti ere e gata bojang bo sale bolelane ke mankgwe o reng e jama mogope a se o latswe ke thebetsile e kalafeng ke a leboga.
There's a text in one of the sacred books that says, those who want to hear must hear. Do we know it? Yeah. So I want to thank you and congratulate you once again, Dr. Ikalafeng. You know, I nearly made a mistake. I hear Dr. Ikalafeng making an appeal to all of us, but especially you, saying to us we must draw from the wells of our continent, from our cultures, from our knowledge systems. We must reaffirm our humanity and remember that others who would have encountered us or our forebears had discovered that we have radical hospitality, had discovered that we cared for one another, even as we fought once in a while one another for territorially. He says, we must therefore never forget that these values, these ideas about our humanity, our languages, he proudly shared a little bit about himself. He says, the journey is not finished. It has only started, that we must unite and reclaim Africa's futures, and each one of us must contribute to the reclamation of this future that should be dignified, healing, prosperous, and aiding us to living together. Dr. Ikalafeng has come with his mom. She says she's a number of decades, but if you see her, you'll not believe it. I'm sure, Me Ikalafeng, this is one of your proudest moments, because like any mother in this room, when our children or offsprings do well, as you are going to witness your loved ones, we all must be proud. Can you give them a round of applause? Thank you very much. She says she pursued her own degree and finished her qualification when she was 55. So you understand. So if you thought you were older and cannot come to register with Unisa, registration is open. And you should be inspired. Once again, congratulations, Dr. Tebe Ikalafeng. Your creative work and your impact is indelible. Hence, Unisa has recognized you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to confer our degrees, but before that, let me request you, we don't have a problem if you have your phone on. but not your volume. Your volume must be off. 2, we request you not to put your torch on when you take pictures. I'm sure you can see many of the people sitting here need assistance with their eyes. So please help us to protect their well-being so that they can continue teaching. 3, the marketing colleagues, the people who hear and use Dr. Ikalafeng's theories, they tell me that you Unisa students, they know that you're on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on many other social platforms. And they say if you don't trend, it's your fault. It's not ours. This is your moment to trend on something positive and therefore tag at Unisa in all your platforms. I'm going to check whether you're doing so. And if you don't, we may not give you your certificate. We're joking. By virtues of the powers entrusted to me as the Principal and Vice-chancellor of Unisa, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the University of South Africa on the candidates whose names appear in the program. I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Shilohim Ketema Dagne for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request the supervisor, Professor M.W. Lomadi, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Challenges of Incorporating Indigenous Knowledge Systems in the Ethiopian School Curriculum, he employs a mixed method research and descriptive review, as well as a purposive and certified sampling technique to thoroughly explore hurdles in the Ethiopian school curriculum. The findings reveal challenges, including misconceptions among policymakers, curriculum developers, and students about the importance of indigenous knowledge compared to Western knowledge, and lack of policy implementation guidelines. It is evident that there is a dire need to review the policy implementation guidelines of IKS and to equip teachers with specific training in incorporating IKS in Ethiopia.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Shilohim Ketema Dagne the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Thank you. I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Shilohim Ketema Dagne. Congratulations.
Madam Vice-chancellor, Tumbulelo Chivashe receives the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, Palesa Anastasia Shetlanyane receives the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Technology Honours. The degree was obtained with distinction.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Rochelle Blumhoff. Ignatia Jennifer Kumalo. Ngele Merlin Kutumela. Rapula Michael Machale. Simpiwe Faith Masango. Vusumzi Masango. Priti Pilile Mashabane. Christina Modiane Matla. Komeleng Stella Matlala. Sipho Michael Mnisi. Silent Mvuri. Fulufelo Langanani Neluheni. Noluthando Precious Panga. Tobeka Precious Sikakane. Kefilo Chilowane. Nolonwabo Javu. Mutieri Kokoti Lucy Kobeti. Ipelen Kopela.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours in the College of Human Sciences. Vuyelwa Tembelihle Mahlangu. Rito Faith Manganyi. Abraham Mashabela. Jeneth Molebogeng Moluti. Kelebogile Patience Moleko. Lutedo Mufufi. Tabang Fortune Ndlovu. Melissa Nell. Lupumlo Ngaisa. Buipilo Pando. Pearl Guguletu Sibisi, the degrees obtained with distinction. Renuka Singh, the degree is obtained with distinction. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Information Science Honours. Stanley Peter Mudau. Mudupi Daniel Muloto. Lufuno Mudau.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Nilobuntu Banti. Shelley Lorraine Mashela Bosi. Veronique Lindsay Kepshu. Reinhard Johannes Duplessis obtained the degree with distinction. Muhammad Raza Ibrahim. Akanan Kaleko Halom. Mary Lebogang Khasi. Lungile Kanye. Sindiswa Sineliseko Xolisile Khoza. Rina Kisun. Kopanokola obtained a degree with distinction. Mudi Kopanolegeu. Thando Mabaso. Ranti Andries Matlhabana. Mankitseng Faith Tshepo Makhubo. Landiswa Sathaba Mkhize obtained a degree with distinction. Bridget Khina Mokoena. Karabelo Munamudi. John Tuko Mutaung. Thank you. Monica Patutero Munzu. Henriette Katale Nakale. Jackie Marinda Niethling. Zamaswazi Zinhle Nkosi. Lerato Nobele. Israel Honoriode. Michael Aaron Ramduni. Angelique Robertson. Dylan Skuman. Francina Mukhaeji Semenya. Yaisa Shiribiana Shipalana. Shikar Singh. Lindile Dumisile Vuyiswa Sithebe. Noluvuyo Sisanda Zuma.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours. Roslyn Shiware. Kumbuzile Dlamini. Sifiso Tsietsi Matela. Boitumelo Mpitso. Tobile Cynthia Msiza. Lethiwe Precious Mthembu. Sindisa Ngobeni. Adanma Faith Potokri. Simon Sakoneka. Patience Zingeni.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Nosimilo Vera Bungane. Nondumiso Charity Butelezi. Ketuktula Koza. Nomasonto Sophie Kupega. Litlokhonolo Zelda Lififi, degree obtained with distinction. Lebohang Ruth Litsobe. Andiswa Ma Au. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, may I request through you that the teachers should be a bit fast coming down here. You are slow. Tobile Miriam Mabasa. Ntabeleng Christina Machaya. Katleho Nelly Mashoko. Matseki-san Caroline Majake. Bawinile Priti Makoba.
Millicent Malumane. Mavis Mamachepa. Mamasilo Tikeledi Mamba. Amanda Makuchu. Portia Kulufelo Mantata. Mukhatsane Constance Manyane, degree obtained with distinction. Khomotso Patient Mboko, degree obtained with distinction. Tsepiso Siepei Melato. Noguthula Bonisiwe Mgagula. Nontobeko Harriet Mhlongo. Solofelo Nyadi Moepi. Melanie Maishibe Molomo. Jacobeth Mpo Monareng. Gloria Moniela. Mahabo Malapi Moruku. Matlatse Leonelda Motimela. Chilitsi Jemina Mudau. Chilisanani Mutele. Leni Miriam Ndo, degree obtained with distinction. Margaret Zandile Ngomane. Lirato Precious Ngwenya. Smaki Ngodi. Ramadimetse Valray Tsoane. Alice Samgelisiwe Ntuli. Khonse Otelia Ngumalo. Nomgqibelo Natalia Ngumalo. Shayla Lisa Oberem, degree obtained with distinction. Koketso Given Patleswana. Caitlin Salvin Pillay. Imogen Faith Procos, degree obtained with distinction. Mazalo Julia Khatebe. Naledi Natasha Radine, degree obtained with distinction. Mashilo Tokelo Rampedi. Masejo Carol Rantlwantlwa. Caprice Rose Sansovini, degree obtained with distinction. Nogutsula Innocentia Sema. Lungile Sibisi. Pindile Skosana. Nobuhle Tawane. Lungile Tabete, degree obtained with distinction. Elizabeth Masesi Chabangu. Tandega Krisantia Chabangu. Limpo Changana. Molebogeng Chaisa. Jane Fermack. Libogang Beverly Busoga. Ayanda Theopatra Gama. Sibongile Renald Mabasa. Cincinnati Letolo Malachi. Nomthandazo Precious Mazibuko. Zintle Penelope Mutwa. Sinelisiwe Princess Mvula. Khahliso Sebeloane. Gladys Boitumelo Bingo. Margaret Mabel Edwards. Stembile Penelope Kunene. Joyce Mabjala Letwaba. Peladi Maji. Wait a bit. Just wait. Okay, now. Paulina Moifa. Dimakatso Maria Mopako. Likhetho Morotolo. Gift Moshobane. Zanele Gilhe Mina Ngwenya. Tembi Seokoloa. Morne Jacobus de Swart, degree obtained with distinction. Cabo Makalela. Zinhle Chantal Mnguni.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, Busisiwe Thelmangoma receives the degree of Baccalaureus Technologia. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Ribotile Tucha. Brenton Risi Abrahams. Mapule Namatome. Mohau Matsimela. Rohan Morgan, degree obtained with distinction. Rofiwa Singo.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, Tanyaradzwa Michelle Mkhewa receives the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Nontokozo Precious Nzazi. Cynthia Churiaikayo. Tenyeko Zita. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Teshia Mabore Marupani. Queen Mataba.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Science. Shadrach Shireletso Mataboge. Nikita Bilkis. Lachlan Duplessis. Alex Nicholas House. Rudolph Jacobs. Cecile Moyo. Beautiful. Natanya Naidu. Siabonga Elvin Wane. Jennifer Tululu Kosi. Palo Rafuto. Brandley Rugasami. Tanaka Shoko. Luke William Van Reed.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, Mosibuti Patricia Mpaho receives the degree of Baccalaureus Technology.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Nelly Lucero. Deboho Elias Mahloku. Ateka Patel receives a degree with distinction. Amanda Solani. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Rose Makolo Kasaki. Cordelia Magri Malamule. Nomhle Manyadu. Kamogelo Mama Bolo Mashilwani. Kwena Samuel Manamela. Nompumelelo Fortunate Stole. Hlanganani Naungwine. Ntabiseng Megi Rengani. Funzo Helen Chidara.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences, Pride Gwengwe. Kuliswa Jakuja. Poppy Kathleen Korombi. Siyabonga Zakhele Kwela. Ngwana Hologa Priscilla Maboko. Lady Theophilus Maditsi. Untlutlile Ntombikaise Makongo. Arendse Guilty Makubela. Malebo Lebogang Maluleke. Kobela Agnes Mamabolo. Luvo Mangai. Sihle Freedom Masinga. Ismail Matamel. Lorraine Marianne Mate. Lerato Matonsi. Wisani Philip Mbiza. Bontle Monteng Mehala. Thabo Frida Mohol. Francina Podile Mokholwane. Lisiba Daniel Molekwa. Nhloma Khutso Moloto. Vatiswa Monagali. Lerato Retabile Motolo. Teboho Teza Motswane. Godfrey Sipamandla Moyo. Malapateng Philip Mpahlele. Sicelo Mpini. Aluani Doli Mulovets. Elisha Mutize. Aluani Nemangani. Charity Nkuzana. Unathi Nqa. Ruan Woste Eisen. Vuyokazi Nandipha Poswa. Sinesipho Cagana. Phumzile Hadebe. Mahalana Yvonne Ramaila. Mukobo Lucia Ramos. Thomas Tabang Rampiapedi. Violet Rawanasha. Kim Mashane Sato. Ki ikantswe na Lady Sifularo. Sibongile Esther Shabangu. Musima Faith Toka. Denise van der Walt.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Science. Beauty Chauke. Nondumiso Valencia Kunene. Emi Makwela. Madzina Sadi Maleka. Monei Ntuku Miteleni. Face the camera. Mokadi Rosina Serumula. Kola Henry Ubisi.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the National Diploma in the College of Science, Engineering and Technology. Molisi Koza. Mojechi Petunia Machaka. Charmaine Mamate Mate. Mochile Michael Mfolo. Welile Nomvulo Umgoma. Lisolang Ernest Napo. Bogatsu Daniel Cladi.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Makungu Fiesta Baloi. Taumang Aroni Tau.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive a diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences: Elizabeth Bonolo Gabo. Pearl Njabulo Mahlangu, diploma obtained with distinction. Offense Mashapa. Emitle Bianca Innocentia Mdeliso. Zandile Mlambo. Tapelo Mremi. Kopano Peter Montali. Mangwana Taina Ramolotsa. Enet Mankhakane Rampedi. Andile Disney Shibambu. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive a national diploma: Regan Nomfundo Mabaso. Peaceful Mandi Samavele. Tinzwalo Sharon Ricozo. Ana Isabel Sebotoma. Morakane Mariam Seminya.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, Samgelisiwe Dlamini receives the degree of Bachelor of Education.
I just don't know how you're feeling, but I'm very proud of the accomplishments that are being celebrated this evening. I'll just wait for them to sit because it's their day, but as they are trying to get to where they are sitting and for us to concluding this, I'd like to invite you to look at the books that we've given you, page the honorary degrees. Page 28 of the programs. And I want, as you think about the conferment of the Dr. Honoris Causa in Management Sciences that has been conferred to Dr. Thebe Ikalafeng, to look at the illustrious individuals that this university over the years, from 1899 up to date, have honored, have seen their talents, and have said these are the talents that as a university we are associated with. Some are leaders of countries, some come from royal families, some come from humble beginnings, but they did indelible work to society. And therefore, as I congratulate our graduates this evening, I think you should be proud of the degrees and diplomas you would have received from the University of South Africa, the University of the Land, the Home for Leaders, the university committed to building the society, the African continent, and to express the best of Africa in the global arena. Congratulations. So I want to start with Dr. Ikalafeng. Thank you very much for your accomplishment and for your success. You heard the poetry as soon as you stood here, and you understood why him. And we are proud that a day after elections, we've recognized this important citizen of our country and of Kimberley, the great place where diamonds were first discovered. Unisa has discovered his diamond this evening. Congratulations. But ladies and gentlemen, amongst our graduates, there are those who are the first in their families, sometimes even in their communities, to graduating. I'd like those who are the first in your families or in your community to graduate to stand up. Thank you, thank you. You may be seated. So colleagues, these are the students who did not have anybody to mentor them about what it meant to study in a university. They're the first in their homes, and many generations will follow after them because they will have learned that education is an important resource. This is what Unisa is known for. It is known for being there with our society, for making education not fashionable, but an asset, a resource that changes lives. So I'm proud of you, the first generation graduates of our university. You've broken the ceilings. You've helped your families and those who come after you to be inspired. You must demonstrate it in your lives. That education is important. Let me ask those who are graduating and have received cum laude or distinctions to stand up. These are the stars that inspire their peers and one another for excellence. Congratulations. But if you're graduating tonight and you're one of the 387 students graduating this evening, and you did not get cum laude, we know that you have also equally worked hard. And we know that if you do continued learning and you get your PhD, you can still go back and do some degree or diploma, and after your PhD, you'll get distinction, therefore. So there's continuous learning, and there's the pursuit of a cum laude or distinction. And I've just shared with you how to get a cum laude. Congratulations. So let me ask the diplomates to stand up, those who are graduating with diploma. Thank you very much. We know that, and we heard when you were graduating, there were more ululations than even what we received with others, because you represent hope, and you represent those who looked for the door and opened it to pursuing your education. So my colleagues here, and in the different labs, classrooms, virtual, tell me to remind you that registration is open. You're welcome to register for your degree, because the diploma is a good stepping stone to your degree. Let me ask those who are graduating with the degree, postgraduate diplomas, and honors and masters to stand up. Tell them. I can stand up. So, you see how many of you, did you see the number? Yeah? Almost all of you are getting your degrees, postgraduate diplomas, honors, and we are proud of your accomplishment. But they tell me to tell you that the National Qualifications Framework has other levels that you must aspire to. And that I remind you that you should pursue your master's. Congratulations. You may be seated. And colleagues, is there a master's graduate? Can I please ask the master's graduate to stand up? You see? You see why now you have to pursue your master's. It's very important. But we have an individual, and he comes from Ethiopia. He comes from Ethiopia. He's the only one this evening who's receiving a doctorate. He traveled all over to come and graduate. Thank you, Dr. Dan. When you came here, you're Mr. Dan, and now you graduate with. Why is it important for me to share and to make him stand up, and all of you? It's so that, because you're inspirations to many in our society, you who are graduating, we truly take seriously and appreciate and are honored and privileged for your academic achievement this evening. As a graduate of Unisa, your academic achievements represent your tenacity, your will to succeed. Some of you might have done your diploma for 5 years. It doesn't matter how long it took you. What matters is that you have graduated. Huh? Some of you may have dealt with one module 3 or 4 times, and you couldn't graduate, and you started doubting yourself and wondering whether you were not smart. But a light bulb arose and you have succeeded. And it's because you're resilient and you're strong. Some of you might even have had mental health challenges because you couldn't afford the textbook or the devices that are required, but the loved ones came in for you. So I share these stories because I understand, as your alma mater, the University of South Africa, that we will continue the journey of 150 years to ensure that the dreams of many are accomplished through our accompaniment as Unisa. Earlier on, I told you that you're joining a galaxy of stars, of leaders who have said the sky is no longer the limit, who have said the sky is a frontier of research, who have said the world is our oyster, the theater of learning, of knowledge. And therefore, you must know, as you're graduating this evening, that His Excellency President Mandela is a graduate of this university. The Chancellor of the University of South Africa, His Excellency President Mbeki, is the graduate of this university. The same is true to President Ramaphosa and a president of another global region in the global north, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, the president of Haiti, the first Black Republic, the country that gained its liberation 207 years ago. He's a graduate of this university. But in the political and societal leadership realm, we don't just produce the statesmen, we also produce opposition political party leaders. Musibudi Mangena, Dr. Mangena, one of the first ministers of science and technology who helped this country and its universities to produce the first EV car in the continent or around, is a graduate of this university. Musi Maimane, now with Bosa, who was the leader of the Democratic Alliance, is a graduate of this university. The CIC of Economic Freedom Fighters is a graduate of this university. So colleagues, I'm just saying, if your aspirations of being a president don't work, you know what to do in the political realm. But it's not just politicians that we produce. The athlete Zola Bard, the one who was known for running with bare feet, is a graduate of this university. Jill Marcus, as I've already told you, and Lisicha Khanyago are graduates of this university. And in the 7 to 10 years, in the past 7 to 10 years, this university has produced at least 10 vice-chancellors in this country and outside the country. So if you think about Dr. Mampela Rampela, the first vice-chancellor of the University of Cape Town, she's a graduate of this university. Our neighbor Vice-Chancellor, Professor Maluleke of Tshwane University of Technology, is a graduate of this university. The former Vice-Chancellor of this university, Professor Mandla Makanya, is a graduate of Unisa. And the most recent appointee in the higher education to become a Vice-Chancellor of Vaal University of Technology, Professor Ndlovu, was also produced and molded within this university. I too, as the first woman Vice-Chancellor of this university, after 147 years, I'm a graduate of this university, and I value its qualifications. So colleagues, I'm merely saying those dreams that you had when you registered at Unisa will be catapulted by your spirit of tenacity and your accomplishments this evening. And there are leaders in our society and outside this country that demonstrate that. Finally, His Excellency President Mandela says education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become a head of a mine, that a child of a farm worker can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from the other. As I said, these graduations are very significant because this is when we celebrate the democratic dividend, the 30 years of democracy, even as we have just cast our vote and are trying to wait for who is going to lead the 7th administration of our democracy. As alumnus of this university, therefore, we invite you to take leadership to ensure that you are a good citizen that represents this university well, to make sure that you're a good leader who goes throughout the world, who's not just limited to your village, but who understands that the world is your theater and you can thrive and flourish anywhere in the world because the quality of qualifications you've earned from Unisa will allow you to get a job or to create a job anywhere in the world. And finally, let me ask you, the loved ones, to stand up. Not you guys, the loved ones. How beautiful is that, the loved ones? Thank you. Wait, no, not yet, not yet. They disturbed me, this side. I'm joking. Ladies and gentlemen, you family members who are here to support and be present for your loved ones in this graduation, my colleagues, the staff of the University of South Africa, the students of the university, the alumni of the University of South Africa, and the council of the university, alongside with the chancellor of this university, have requested me on their behalf to thank you for being present for your loved ones as they graduate, to thank you for being partners in our efforts to ensuring that education is an asset and resource for our society, and to thank you for the ululations and support in applause to the accomplishments of your loved ones. Can you please give them a round of applause? Thank you, thank you. You may be seated. Given that your loved ones have stood up, I'm going to make you stand up one last time. Huh? Can you stand up, please? They came here wondering what you were coming to fetch. They witnessed you getting your certificate. Some of you were crying. Some of you couldn't walk because you always wear Converse, and today you tried. And today you tried to come with the heels, and they were shaking. Some of you remembered your parents or your grandmother who has passed on, but who constantly kept on reminding you of the value of education. Some of you never imagined you'd be walking on this stage. I'd like you, colleagues, to show your loved ones what you came here to fetch. No, not the covers. You did not come here for those covers. You came here for your certificates, and they should bear witness to you. Can you show them and make your own noise? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think you may be seated. Finally, colleagues, I have 2 minutes to do this, and it's very important. My colleague says, yes, we have given you your certificates. We have given a stamp that you have studied well and that intellectually you're a respected member of society. But they say these last questions are quite important so that we know what to do and what to improve in our teaching, in our learning, in our research, and in our engaged scholarship. So the question they asked me to ask you is, how many of you have been to all the provinces of South Africa? Can you see, look around, front, how many of you have been? So they tell me that for you to be great ambassadors of Unisa, you must understand the country and you must ensure that you travel, and travel opens and widens horizons. How many of you have passports? So thank you very much. They tell me if you don't have a passport, please, tomorrow Home Affairs is open. Home Affairs is open, and we know that you were going to party tonight, so the 2 or 3 bottles of percentage beverages, you can cut them and get a passport tomorrow. They say because the passport widens your horizons. How many of you have been to 1 or 2 countries in Southern Africa? Look around. So they remind me that Botswana is around 550 kilometers, the same distance as it is maybe to go to another place. So you should try. They also tell me that Eswatini and Mozambique are around 600 or 700 kilometers, the same distance as the place where our honorary degree recipient comes from, Kimberley. So you can go to Mozambique or Eswatini. They tell me that Lesotho is around 600 kilometers or 500, and therefore you should take a bus so that your studies, you're able to get empirical learning and compare and contrast and build on your knowledge. How many of you have been outside the African continent? Yes, yeah. They asked me to invite you to widen your horizons in the same way that you dreamt to be a graduate of Unisa, that you should start saving and know the world beyond the borders of our continent, so that you can be an ambassador of the best gifts of this continent to the world, and therefore to invite you to widen your horizons. Finally, how many of you have driver's licenses? So if you don't have it, no, not all of you have it. You take it for granted. So they say if you don't have it, we should invite you to think about it and to try that in this month, colleague, in this next month, June. By the end of the month, you must have a license because it allows you to look for a job or to create and enhance your own opportunities. Thank you very much. We wish you all the best and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of our celebrations. Let me request you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 25 of the program. Let me request you to remain standing after the anthem to allow me to dissolve the congregation of the University of South Africa. You are also requested to remain standing whilst the academic procession leaves the hall, and we request you to sing with dignity and respect the national anthem of the Republic of South Africa, for it embodies the dreams, the aspirations, and the needs of our society as we are a young democracy that still needs to build itself to success. Isn't it beautiful? By virtues of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.